What are grid coordinates and how can you use them to identify squares? Well, if you have those questions, make sure to stick around till the end of the video to find those answers. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel AdvaithOMG. Today we are back into another chess video. In the previous episode of this chess series, we learned about castling. In today's episode, we are going to learn about grid coordinates. Do you not know what they are? Well then, this can be really useful to identify squares. So I recommend you continue watching. Without further ado, let's get started. So guys, I've opened up the board editor on chess.com. If you also want to follow along using the board editor, then do as follows. Go over here to learn and click on analysis. Then it will take you to this specific screen. From here, all you have to do is click on setup position, and now you have all the pieces in their starting configuration. Not only that, but you can also add pieces to the board like this. To remove all the pieces on the board, you can click this trash can icon. And boom, all the pieces have disappeared. So now, knowing how you can go over here to the board editor, let's continue with the video. So guys, you already know what files and ranks are. Let me just give you guys a quick recap about them. A file is a vertical line, while a rank is a horizontal line. We call this file the A file. Why? Because there's a small a over here. We call this file the B file. Why? Because there's a B, and so on. Similarly, we call this rank the 8th rank because there's a small 8, and this rank the 7th rank because there's a small 7, and so on. So now that you guys have a recap of what files and ranks are, let's learn how these can be incredibly useful in remembering how to identify different squares on the chessboard. So guys, before we can learn how to identify a square using grid coordinates, we first have to understand what grid coordinates even are. So in short, grid coordinates are like a special unique identity of each square, like your name. For example, this yellow square has a different identity from the red square, and the blue and the green. All of these squares have different identities, and so does all the remaining squares on the chessboard. So now that you guys know what grid coordinates even are, let's continue to learn how we can use them to identify different squares on the chessboard. Grid coordinates are basically just a combination of files and ranks. If you don't understand, let me give you an example. B8 is an example of a grid coordinate because it includes B, which is a file, and 8, which is a rank. So that means the square with this particular identity must be in both the B file and the 8th rank. The only square that satisfies both these conditions in the entire chessboard is this one, which means it must have an identity of B8. Let me give you another example. D5 is also a grid coordinate because it includes D, which is a file, and 5, which is a rank. Again, there is only one square in the entire chessboard that is in both the D file and the 5th rank. It is this square, which means it has an identity of D5. So, Now that you guys know how to identify squares and what grid coordinates are, there's basically nothing else to this video. So guys, that's it for this video. If you enjoyed and learned something new, please make sure to like, subscribe, share and turn on post notifications to get notified whenever I upload a video. Bye guys!